Hello and welcome back. Yesterday, I implemented the first parts of an ECS, a very simple and naive entity component system in the game. But the entities, they are not chasing me. I'll have to look into the position update, and then we also have to render the enemies as well. So right now we call entity render, and we have generalized this previously. So in fact, we can get rid of this call here. We'll go into entity. This is assign positions. This guy here is entity render enemy, and this is entity render player. And these are, with the exception of this not having been refactored yesterday, the logic in here is basically the exact same. In the entity module, we have render, and render will switch on the entity ID. If it's player, we'll call entity render player. If it's a ghost, we'll basically call the same thing. I'll just call it render simple entity. And we do need to do some cleanup here. I guess we'll just take the components in. We have a map layer index. We'll just call this map layer because we deal with two tile sets here. We deal with a map tile set and an entity tile set. Now I just realized we can't just pass components in because we need an entity index. Entity tile set is components tile sets of entity index prop. Oh, actually, we don't want to copy the entity TS. We want to get a pointer to it. And then we said entity position. This is going to be, again, we'll deal by pointer. We could copy it because it's a very, tile set's a little larger, I think, than a vector 2. But a vector 2 is not very large at all. It's only 8 bytes. But nonetheless, we won't duplicate. Player facing is going to be components facing entity index prop. We call render simple entity. This is for the player and the ghost here. And if we run this and play around, yeah, so their positions don't update, but they are rendered now. So now we need to work on their position updates. So a quick review, we handle the position update for the player. We look at the input for this frame, and then we build a proposed position, and then we do like cooldown checks and determine whether or not we can move to the proposed position if the proposed position is not our current position. I can actually get rid of this check. Oops, get rid of this check here because can move to will check for self-collision. See, random movement. I'll put random movement up above update. The enemies will use random movement if pathfinding fails. So now we need to refactor this to leverage the ECS. What I first do is I build an arena. This is going to be an arena for all the data structures created when running this routine, this procedure right here, map next step forward. It just creates some hash tables and some priority queues and things like that, essentially to run a star. Oh, we're already looping through entities here. So we just get rid of this loop. Now here though, we create a new arena for every enemy, and we don't want to do that. We will save all of this off here, and we'll put this at the top. Here we do pathfinding, so destination found and proposed position is map next step forward. And for this one, we're gonna have to, yeah, so we make an assumption in the ECS that the player index is always 0 in the collection of components. I think that's fine to do. It's fine to do right now. I think it's fine to do in the long term. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I don't want to make 2 passes through the components, or the entities, I should say, and figure out which entity is the player. In theory, we're going to run through this loop, and we're always going to hit this case first. If it ID is player, player index is going to be 0. We pretend like we don't know about the player index when we are in this branch here, if it ID is player, but down here we will know about the player position, the player index. And then after we're finished with pathfinding, this is why I needed to move the creation of the arena out of this block. We just reset the arena here, but we don't want to reallocate everything in the arena again. Oh, it.pause, this is not correct. This is going to be components, positions, it index prop. And we just say cooldown here. We will set, yeah, we have a pointer to this, so we'll set this. We will set cooldown.leftS to that guy. And then we will set cooldown last perf count to cooldown now. If entity pause is not equal to the proposed position, and we can move to proposed position, then entity pause is the proposed position, and the cooldown leftS is the player run cooldown. And update positions needs to use the temp arena. This would be pointed to memory.temp. So this is going to be components facing it index prop. Type 1 at a pointer to a pointer. Yeah, so in Jai, that's a dereference. So it's on the L value, so to speak. That's going to allow us to overwrite the destination. Let's see if this works without crashing. It does. So now they're using A star and they're chasing me. So we need to move this into the entities module. Update just became super clean. Everything looks to be good. So we didn't really clean anything up there. We just moved information from one file to another. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining. Peace.